Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Unity Spiritual Center. We're going to start out with a song called Swing Wide the Door, so I invite you to stand and sing along. 1, 2, here we go. Life is about. It's about love, it's about laughter, it's about comfort and smiles. It's about love, it's about kindness, it's about hearts open wide. It's about love, it's about passion, it's about taking a chance. It's about love, it's about service, it's about lending a hand. Lending a hand. Swing wide the doors, the time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. There's a voice that I've heard for years. I learned to keep it inside, but now it's coming in loud and clear. I want a deeper life. It's about love, it's about laughter, it's about comfort and smiles. It's about love, it's about kindness, it's about hearts open wide. It's about love, it's about passion, it's about taking a chance. It's about love, it's about service, it's about lending a hand. It's about love, it's about laughter, it's about heart burdens wide. It's about love, it's about kindness, it's about hearts open wide. It's about love, it's about passion, it's about taking a chance. It's about love, it's about service, it's about lending a hand. Lending a hand. Swing wide the doors, the time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. One more time, chorus. Swing wide the doors, the time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. Yeah. Thank you. You can have a seat.
Good morning, Unity. And let's welcome Reverend Gordon Keyler.
Good morning. I'm on. Oh, there we go. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Unity Spiritual Center. Is there anybody here who is comfortable raising your hand if you are here for the very first time? Yes, welcome. We are so glad you are here with us today. And everybody out there in Facebook land, if you are here for the very first time, whether in person or virtually, we want to say to you, welcome home. We want you to know that we see you. Even if you're on Facebook, we see you. Actually I do, because I have it on my phone. We see your hopes, your dreams, your struggle, and your light. We are here to provide a safe place for you to grow spiritually. And therefore, whatever brought you here today, whether you are seeking community or healing or spiritual growth, we pray that you will find it here. And we also want you to know that we are not concerned about the color of your skin, for all colors are on the spectrum of light. We are not concerned about where you are from because you are here with us now, and therefore you are right now, this moment, part of our Unity family. So make sure I get to say hello to you at the end of the service, and please plan on joining us for refreshments and fellowship. We have some in the back in our community room, and we look forward to getting to know you better. And if you didn't get a welcome packet, see one of our ushers or check in at our welcome center, and they'll make sure you get one. The other thing we are going to do before we get started is check in with social media. So if you use social media, get out your phones and check in on Facebook or the thing formerly known as Twitter. Whatever you use with the affirmation, Living Untethered. That is our series that we are in the midst of right now, is Living Untethered. Once you have done that, please put your phone on Do Not Disturb. I have a special request for everybody sitting along the aisle. Listen carefully. Today, at the end, we're going to have a little bit of a longer service today because we're inducting our chaplains, and then we're also doing a fly-up for our middle school graduates and our high school graduates. And what we want the people in the middle of the along the aisle here to do is when the kids come in, kind of make an arch so that they can come through the arch and pour some love into that as they're coming through. Okay, and I know some of the kids are tall, so, do the best you can. It'll be great, whatever you do. So now I would like to turn the platform back over to Martine Bachman as she will share some, before I do that. It's hard to shut a minister up, Pride is coming up. We have a booth on June 8th at Balloon Fiesta Park at the Pride Fest, and we are the official wedding provider for Pride this year. So yes. And we would like to invite anybody who can give maybe 2 hours on Saturday, or you can stay longer if you want, to help people the booth. We need volunteers to be there to shine our light on everybody at Pride this year. So if you are interested in that, Michael will be back at the table in the foyer, and he'll sign you up. And let's make a really big, bright light at Pride this year. So with that, now I would like to turn the platform over to Martine. Oh, wait. No, I'm just kidding. Martine will share some announcements with you.
Just kidding. All right, so we have a really cool Explorers hike coming up on May 25th, 9 a.m. You'll meet in our parking lot here at USC. And this is a rare opportunity to hike in Plaza Blanca. And it's the inspiration from some of Georgia O'Keeffe's most famous paintings. Located 20 miles from Ghost Ranch, this 2.8-mile hike is rated as easy. Sign up in the foyer. As Reverend Gordon mentioned, there is a sign-up sheet for volunteers for Pride Fest. And Michael, would you like to speak to that for a moment, or you have any? No? No, okay. Okay. It's a wonderful event. It's out at the Balloon Fiesta Park, and it's from 10 to 6, and sign-up sheet is out in the lobby, and Michael will be out there to clue you in on anything you need to know on that. And next Sunday, we have a special music service, Peace Service Sunday. Todd and our USC band have created a beautiful musical service for you to enjoy, not to be missed. 10 a.m. See you next Sunday. And we have coming up on the last Friday of the month, May 31st at 7 p.m., our monthly evening of Kirtan for sacred chants. And we'll have our, quintet of this particular week. And it will be the last time that we have with us Keyler as part of our chants team, because she's moving away in June. So if you'd like to see us with all of us here on the 31st at 7 o'clock and right here in the sanctuary, we'd love to have you join us. So there's lots more information on our website, uscabq.org, or the Facebook page that you can access on the website, Or you can open your weekly online newsletter on Thursdays. And if all else fails, you can always call the office Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday from 10 to 4 and speak to Glenda, who will be happy to help you. Okay, now we're ready for introducing our worship team. Reverend Gordon Keyler, you've met. Sue Eaton is our trustee of the day. And I'm Martine Bachman, your platform host. And Ellen Kajikawa and Susie Orchard are our prayer chaplains today. And Todd Lowry is our music director and leads our USC band. And today that's with Brian Griesmeyer, Sharon Eldridge, and David Craig is off this week. He'll be back next week. And we have our soloist, Bill Brooks. And we want to thank our AVLM team for doing a great job. Thank you so much. Okay. Let's call up Sue Eaton.
Good morning, everyone. Please join me in speaking our mission, vision, and core values. We'll start with our mission statement. We inspire spiritual growth through the honoring of many paths: education, prayer, sacred service, and abundant living. Our vision statement: centered in love, we see a harmonious world of divine expression. Core values: we are Christ-centered, loving, inclusive, joyous, uplifting, open-minded, and fun. And our unity credo: we believe all people are created with sacred worth. We serve all people in social and spiritual ways. We welcome the diversity of all. God and unity leave no one out. And now is the time where we prepare to give our love offerings and tithes. And there are many ways you can give. You can do it today during our service. You can also use the Church Center app on your phone. You can use our online website, www.uscabq.org/give. You can use your phone and text to give at 84321. And you can also mail in a check or drop your offering by the office. Next, let us say our offering blessing. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, God.
1, 2, 3, 4. Everybody smiles in the same language. A smile lets your light come shining through. The word at the corner of your mouth sets everybody straight. Let your smile illuminate the view. Everybody smiles in the same language. Everybody wins with a contagious grin. A smile doesn't cost you anything, but there's so much good that it brings. in the same language. Oh, oh, oh. Everybody smiles in the same language. Oh, 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 oh. Everybody smiles in the same language. Oh, 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 oh. Everybody smiles in the same language. Thank you.
And now please join me in our prosperity blessing. In a universe overflowing with the allness of God, all the needs and desires of Unity Spiritual Center and those we serve are bountifully met. From every direction, known and unknown, expected and unexpected, our abundant good is here now. Thank you, God.
All right, it's time for a congregational song. So I invite everyone to stand and sing along. We're going to do Every Time I Feel the Spirit. That's a African American spiritual, a really lively one. 1, 2, 3. Here we go. Every time I feel the Spirit moving in my heart, I will pray. Yes, every time I feel the Spirit moving in my heart, I will pray. Up on the mountain, God spoke to me. Open my eyes and help me see. Looked all around me, but looked so fine. I asked my God if all were mine. Every time I feel the Spirit moving in my heart, I will pray. Yes, every time I feel the Spirit moving in my heart, I will pray. Oh, Jordan River, chilly and cold, it chills the body, not the soul. And while God leads me, I'll never fear, for I am sheltered in God's care. Every time I feel the Spirit moving in my heart, I will pray. Yes, every time I feel the Spirit moving in my heart. One more time on that chorus. Every time I feel the Spirit moving in my heart, I will pray. Yes, every time I feel the Spirit moving in my heart, I will pray. Yeah. Have a seat, please. In this very room, there's quite enough love for one like me. And in this very room, there's quite enough joy for one like me. And there's quite enough hope and quite enough power to chase away any gloom. For Spirit, God's Spirit, is in this very room.
The word of the today is prayer. I am lifted up when I pray. Prayer is a sacred, holy experience. It is a gift for me when I devote time to praying. Each moment I spend in prayer strengthens my connection to the Spirit of God within me. The peace and calm that comes from praying shows in everything I say and do. When I pray, I am one with the life, the love, the presence that is infinite and eternal. When I pray for another person, I see my prayers giving them courage and peace. It gives me a sense of joy to bless others in the world. When I pray and meditate, I am elevated to a higher state. In prayer, I find release. I trust Spirit to do its perfect work. Centered in this awareness, I feel divine love fill me and flow from me. I am both fully human and fully divine.
And as we move now from prayer to meditative state, we move into the center of divine love. Breathing into this, we feel that great connection, that place where there is only one mind, one heart, one life. Here in this place, God, I feel that love that has flowed since the creation of the universe. For truly the nature of creation is love. Love has given birth to the universe, to stars and galaxies, to life on this beautiful planet, to thousands of generations of my ancestors. That love culminates in this now moment. My prayer for myself and for all living beings is that they feel this love that has never changed, never faltered, that is non-conditional. This love that is eternal. Though I may have heard teachings that say I was born in something less, I know that I am born in original blessing, original goodness. I am the culmination of 13.8 billion years of love. And when there are those times when I have forgotten that, when perhaps I do not feel loved or loving, I have but to remember that I am the sum of billions of years of unconditional love. And that love that birthed the stars and the planets is just as strong and just as powerful and just as steadfast in this now moment. I breathe into my heart. I open for an infilling of that assurance, an infilling of perfect love. In the silence, I allow that love to wrap me in its arms. I rest, safe, at peace, in the warmth of God's loving embrace. And as I accept that love, I now use my heart energy to spread it forth. I think of our children who will be coming in at the end of service, and I send them my love. I think of all those who serve our community, our chaplains, our ushers, our hospitality, our AVLM, our music, our YFM department, all of those who support us in any way. I send them my love. I send my love to every soul in this room, in this building, everyone who hears our words, and out into the world. I am a part of the universe, a part of 13.8 billion years of creation, a never-ending point in the evolution of the universe, whose very nature is love. And so, with a great heart of gratitude, I become aware once again of my place in this now moment, my individuated consciousness that nonetheless is never apart from God. And I feel that love that is quite enough for all the world in this very room.
In this very room, there's light enough love for all the world. And in this very room, there's quite enough joy for all the world. And there's quite enough hope and quite enough power to chase away any gloom. For Spirit, God's Spirit, is in this very room. All right, Bill Brooks is here. Hello, Bill. And here's a song called From a Distance. From a distance, the world looks blue and green, and the snow-capped mountains white. From a distance, the ocean meets the stream, and the eagle takes to flight. From a distance, there is harmony, and it echoes through the land. It's the voice of hope, it's the voice of peace, it's the voice of every man. From a distance, we all have enough, and no one is in need. And there are no guns, no bombs, and no disease, no hungry from a distance. I just cannot comprehend what all this fighting is for. From a distance, there is harmony, and it echoes through the land. And it's the hope of hopes, it's the love of loves, it's the heart of every man. It's the hope of hopes, it's the love of loves. This is the song for every man. And God is there for us. God is here for us. God is guiding us from within us. Oh, God is there for us. God is here for us. God is guiding us from within us.
Thank you, Bill. That was great.
Thank you, Bill. You are my hero. You really are. Some of you may have heard me say in the past that I didn't really like that song. I liked most of the words, I liked the melody, but there was a problem I had with it, and that was the line that in the original version that from a distance God is watching us. Because in unity, we know that God is within us. And Bill, where'd you go? There you are. Oh, thank you. Thank you. He has brought it into the unity consciousness. Wow. I like that song now. He sings it pretty good, yes. Well, today we continue our series based on the home study books we are doing in our Adventures in Faith called Living Untethered. And how many of you have noticed that that book is somewhat cerebral? A few, I can tell who's reading it. It's a great, great book. But at least in the beginning, in the first bunch of chapters, it is very intellectual because it is through our mind that we see our world and we interpret our world. But the beauty of that is, on Sunday mornings, then, we can go deeper and see how it ties in to our spiritual journey. And that is what we are going to do today. For those of you who may not be aware, we're doing a series based on the book by Michael Singer called Living Untethered. It's the sequel to the book, The Untethered Soul. And it's described as a spiritual self-help book that explores the concept of inner freedom and awakening by delving into the nature of consciousness of the self. Thank you, Amazon. I did not write that. So last week we looked at our relationship to the outside world. We explored who we truly are, not merely physical beings, not merely intelligence, not merely emotion. We experience all of that. But we are someone who has a body, has intelligence, and has emotions. They are not our true self. They are things that we experience, things that we have. We are someone or something that is beyond the body. We experience our world through what we receive through our five senses. We interpret our world through our past experiences, the thoughts we hold in mind about it. But in the light of recognizing that we are beyond that, we are more than that, we can understand that it is not what we are. We are not the outer world. We experience the outer world, but we are not it. That's perhaps what Jesus meant when he said, be in the world, but not of it. We can be in the world. We can have the experiences and have the interactions and all of that with our world, but we are more than that. And when we can remember that we are indeed more than that, we can begin to untether ourselves from outer conditions and outer circumstances. It is said that we are spiritual beings having a human experience. I would take that to the next level and say we are spirit having a human experience. When we truly can understand that very minute difference, that difference between thinking of ourselves as a spiritual being, individuated from creation, individuated from God, to we are spirit, one with creation, one with God, that we truly begin to understand what this is all about, that we truly begin to untether ourselves from outer conditions and outer circumstances. It is that point of understanding that we remember that the moment right in front of us has absolutely nothing to do with us unless we choose to let it. We can look at what's going on in the world, and it is real, it is happening, but it is not truly us. It is what we are observing, and perhaps we choose to participate in it or not, but that is choice. The author writes that the most amazing thing that you will ever realize is that the moment in front of you is not what's bothering you. Keep that in mind next time you're reading the newspaper or watching the news. The moment right in front of you is not what is bothering you. You are bothering yourself about the moment in front of you. You are being in the world and of the world rather than being in the world and not of the world. It is then that you can create a world that matches your vibration. Now, I'm not saying that we deny what is going on around us, that we don't get involved where it is possible and appropriate for us to get involved, where we are called to get involved. What I'm saying is we don't make that our identity. We are in the world, but not of the world. It's very Buddhist in many ways. It's that consciousness of non-attachment. Non-attachment teaches us from the Buddhist tradition that, yes, this is happening. And I can attach myself to the energy of it and bring my energy down to its level, or I can be unattached and create a higher level of vibration. Because that is how we begin to heal the world. By not putting our energy into negative appearances, but instead creating an energy that lifts up. We can rediscover then what love truly is. We can rediscover the love through which we are created. And we can remember one of the most important things that we need to remember. And that is that we are loved. You know, I was speaking to one of our congregation the other day, and she said to me, Gordon, one of the biggest problems I see is that everybody has forgotten that they are loved. Thank you. I want you to think about that. Do you remember what it felt like to be truly loved? Do you remember? Maybe you do. If you do, you are blessed. But so many people in our world today have forgotten. And that, I believe, is the root cause of just about every problem we have, is that people have forgotten they are loved. We say and we know the truth that on a spiritual level, we are not only loved, but truly we are loved as creation. I want you to hear that. We are not creation as love, but love as creation. For every living being, including you, are created in the image and likeness of love. Now, in the Gospels, it says in the book of Genesis, we are created in the image and likeness of God. And for many people, that's really hard to wrap their head around because they've forgotten what that image and likeness is. That image and likeness only has one real characteristic: love. God is love, period. God does many things and flows as creation, but God is love. That is the nature. So God is also air conditioners. So think about what you are, where you came from. I'm not talking about just you, this person you are in this now moment, but you, the true you, that is experiencing this life, that has taken on an avatar, this body. This body is not you. It's the vehicle you are occupying at this moment to have this experience. Last week we talked about who is thinking my thoughts. The brain is not you. It is the computer you are using to have this experience and interact with this experience. But you are beyond that. So we're going to talk about what you really are, because you matter. Unless you energy. Okay, I know that was really bad. There's a few geeks out there who got that. Or perhaps you are both. So let's begin. Let's look at how creation came to be and what creation truly is. 13.8 billion years ago, scientists say, I don't know who added up the years, but somebody did. The Big Bang happened. And all mass and matter existed within a space smaller than an atom. It exploded outward when God said, bang. It says in Genesis, and God said, maybe what he said was bang. And matter and energy, well, not matter, energy exploded out into the void. But scientists say that it would have been so hot because it would have been so compacted that it would have no form. It was simply unformed energy. However, as it expanded, it began to cool, and over the next 380,000 years, electronic particles, subatomic particles began to join together. Atoms gradually attracted each other in differing combinations, creating the elements. First, the lighter ones, hydrogen and helium and all the gases, and then gradually the heavier ones, creating stars. As it began to happen, gravity, atoms began to attract each other. They formed stars, and the stars have a strong gravitational pull. And eventually stars explode. They turn into novas and supernovas, launching gas and energy back out into the void around them, creating new opportunities for the universe to manifest, including planets, including atmospheres, including life, and including you. You may have heard or seen a bumper sticker or a t-shirt that says, "You are made of stardust." I would go one step further and say, you are stardust. You have heard maybe that you are more than that even. You are the energy that existed at the beginning of creation. Scientifically, you are 13.8 billion years old. So the next time somebody asks you, how old are you? What are you going to answer? 13.8 billion years old. Think about all that had to happen. All the energy, all the subatomic particles, all the ancestors that had to happen for you to be here right now. Your physical being is made of atomic energy, but that is not you. Your consciousness is you. And your consciousness has only one true nature: love. That's the same love that has echoed down for 13.8 billion years. It has not changed. It has not weakened. It is you, truly who and what you are. But what is this love? Love is a tough word to work with because we have our human level of understanding of what love is. On a human level, it's the feeling we have toward what we have created, our relationships, our children, our art, our world, maybe our jobs, maybe the place we live. But it is limited, that human love, and it's not always permanent. Love can sometimes be transactional. I love you because you love me. By the way, I love you whether you love me or not. Just want to be clear there. I love you because someone, maybe myself or somebody, had a dream. But if that changes, sometimes in our human experience, that love may end. Think about the premise of traditional Christianity. I was told in the tradition I grew up in, and I know many of you were too, that we have to love God. It's not a choice. We have to. And God will only love us back if we love God. Or God will only love us back if we are good, or if we are saved, or if he is in the mood. But we know that's not true. We know that that's a human level of understanding. That this love that we call God is actually creation itself. It's what we call divine love. In Talks on Truth, Charles Fillmore wrote this. He wrote, "Love is a divine principle, and we can know it in its purity by touching it at its fountainhead. There it is not tinged in any way by our formative thought. Rather, it flows forth a pure, pellucid stream of infinite ecstasy. It has no consciousness of good or evil, pure or impure. It pours itself out in great oceans of living magnetic power to be used by whosoever will." He went on to write, "We have a faculty through which we receive love from being. This faculty is commonly called the heart. However, it is but the visible expression of an invisible center of consciousness. Sense discerns that we have a heart, but soul discerns an inner faculty in us that through which we may express an attribute of being." Charles Fillmore wrote that 100 years ago. Now, scientists at places like the Heart Math Institute are proving that there's something in here beyond just that muscle that beats, beyond just an emotion. There's an intelligence. And by the way, I mentioned the Heart Math Institute. Jay Pullen is going to be offering a class and work. Talk to Jay, he can explain it better. Using the principles and the techniques that the Heart Math Institute has discovered. But let me put the words of Charles Fillmore into more modern, easier to understand language. Sense discerns that we have a heart, but soul discerns an inner faculty through which we may express the energy of creation. Understand this deep, sacred level of love, that you are not just in creation, you are not just from creation, you are not just in God, you are not just from God, you are God expressing. There has never been any separation between you and God. From the very beginning, when you were nothing more than a waveform at the beginning of creation, you have been God expressing as you. When we get that, when we really, really get that, we become untethered. We are no longer at the mercy of memories or experiences or outer circumstances or outer people. We are, in fact, observers and creators of alternatives. What would happen if we could learn as a species to see each other not as individual people with maybe ideas or beliefs we don't agree with, but as God itself, as creation itself? Instead of division, we would see unity. We are all energy expressing. Instead of different ideas, different beliefs, we would see diversity, beautiful interweavings of ideas and colors and ways of showing up in the universe. I know that all sounds real easy, doesn't it? But it isn't. If it was easy, we'd have accomplished it millions of years ago. It isn't easy because we are tethered. We are tethered to what we think reality is, what we think is about us, rather than knowing that it has nothing to do with us. And we are one with all. So how do we get back the memory of feeling loved? How do we return to that moment, that place where we last truly felt loved? Well, the first thing we can do is take a second. Take a second with me, or a minute. Close your eyes. Think back. Think back to a time when you felt completely and unconditionally loved. Perhaps it is a childhood memory. Perhaps it is from another time. Get into that vibration. Get into that memory. Remember the peace, the warmth, the assurance. And rest for a moment in that. How many of you could feel it? You don't have to raise your hands. And maybe you couldn't. But know this, that even right this moment, whether you can feel it or not, you are one with that. It is there. And maybe through meditation, maybe through something else, do try to get back that feeling. Maybe you just have to imagine it. But imagination is a creative energy. Imagine what it would feel like to be in that place where you felt totally and completely loved. Don't think about how you have to give that out, because you cannot give out what you don't have in the moment. I have water, thank you. Think about that time when there was no pollen in the air. Another thing we can do is write down what it would feel like to be completely and totally loved. Don't edit it. Don't judge it. Don't share it. Just write down what comes from your heart. Write about what's on your mind, what made you smile or cry, or what you had for breakfast. Write about your crazy dream or pet peeve or anything you want. It doesn't matter. But write it down and feel yourself as there's a love that comes through that transcends all of that. Because when you write something down, you have something tangible to let go of. Thank you, Steve. To let go of. Another thing we can do is spend time with people who will love you for who you are, and less time with people who will love you for who you're not, or who don't love you for who you're not. Choose to spend less time with people who sabotage your happiness. That doesn't mean you can't take time out to lift people around you up, but remember, you're watching them, you're observing them. They are not who you truly are. Just like I am not the pollen in the air. Give your change, a smile, a sandwich, or something, a few volunteers hours to people who don't know how to surround themselves with people to lift them up. You'll be surprised at how you are lifted up yourself when you do that. Here's an important thing we can do. Maybe one of the most important things in today's lesson that we can do to disentangle ourselves from all that outer stuff. Stop proving yourself. Stop it. You know, I used to try to prove how good I was at my job by doing more and acting like someone I wasn't. My work wore me down. I got sick a bunch, and I felt completely depleted at the end of the day. I never took time out to be alone or to refuel or to soothe my own heart. Instead, I kept pushing, growing, and doing more. And as I did more, I found out something. There was always more to do. More that had to be done, more to prove, bigger goals, higher hoops. Be yourself. Be who you truly are. Let go of excess. That's the next thing we can do. Keep releasing the excess, the extra, and the stuff that doesn't mean anything to you anymore. Not just material stuff, but stuff up here. Give yourself all the space, time, and love you need to remember who you are. And for a while, that may mean saying no more than you say yes. That's okay. That's okay. No is a perfectly good sentence. Because when you can do that, you make room for that which truly matters, that which is truly needed, and you become healthier yourself. And this next one, I need to rewrite like Bill rewrote the song. Be a gentle warrior. I don't like that word warrior. We need to shift that whole consciousness. But be a gentle warrior, we'll use it for now. A gentle warrior is loving and kind. A gentle warrior is also fiercely protective when it comes to the non-negotiables that allow us to live a happy, healthy, meaningful life. We can do both. We can be out there serving in our world, being a channel of love, and being love in our own selves. That's how we begin to become untethered. Because once we are untethered, we are no longer controlled by the outer. We are free to create a higher vibration. We are free to become an energy of healing. We are free to become love in action. That allows us to finally come into harmony with reality instead of our personal self. For reality is love. As I have said over and over again today, if you haven't picked up on it, this is your last chance. You are the culmination of 13.8 billion years of love. Can you feel that? Does that maybe change the energy in your heart? You are the culmination of 13.8 billion years of love. There have been billions of stars that have come and gone, but there has always been a spirit that has guided, combined, torn apart, reformed the universe itself. And all of that has become you. Nothing more, nothing less. Love is all there is. Somebody should write a song called that. Oh, I think somebody did. I'm going to close today with one of my favorite quotes, because it's a quote that really changes consciousness when we really take it in and sit with it. It's from Teilhard de Chardin. Someday, after mastering the winds, the waves, the tides, and gravity, we shall harness for God the energies of love. And then, for the second time in the history of the world, we will have discovered fire. So to all of you, I say, happy birthday on your 13.8 billionth birthday.
All right, Bill has a song from the movie The Greatest Showman by Benj Pasek and Justin Paul. I close my eyes and I can see a world that's waiting up for me, that I call my own. Through the dark, through the door, through where no one's been before, but it feels like home. They can say it all sounds crazy. They can say I've lost my mind. I don't care if they call me crazy. We can live in a world that we design. 'Cause every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. Oh, a million dreams There's a house we can build. Every room inside is filled with things from far away. Special things I compile, each one there to make you smile on a rainy day. They can say it all sounds crazy. They can say we've lost our minds. See, I don't care if they call me crazy. Run away to a world that we design. 'Cause every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. Oh, a million dreams for the world we're gonna make. However big, however small, let me be part of it all. Share your dreams with me. We may be right, we may be wrong, but I wanna bring you along to the world I see, to the world I close my eyes to see. We close our eyes to see. Every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. A million dreams for the world we're gonna make. For the world we're gonna make.
Thank you, Bill. That was beautiful.
And band. One of the ways we create our world is through prayer. And we're very blessed today to induct our newest prayer chaplain. So I would like to invite Martine up to the podium. Actually, I'm going to move.
No special music is required. Well, thank you, Reverend Gordon. We really appreciate your inspiration and support. Today, we come together to recognize, celebrate, and dedicate our new prayer chaplains and our continuing prayer chaplains who completed their annual training in April and will be serving you, our Unity community, this year. First, I want to thank the chaplains who served with me this past year. Carol Chambers, Susie Orchard, and Roland Reese. Also, Cal Hayhow, Kent Pinsenbarger, and Eddie De Lima, who served part of the past year. And I'd like to ask the four of you to come up and allow us to thank you for your service. Over the past 20 years, 91 emeritus chaplains have served USC since the prayer chaplain began in 2004. And I know some of them are here today. Are those who have served as prayer chaplains, would you please stand so we can recognize you? Carol, Susie, Roland, and I are continuing to serve this next year. I'm starting my 16th year, Susie is starting her 6th year, and Roland his 3rd. And Carol Chambers has been a prayer chaplain since the very beginning. This will be her 20th year as a prayer chaplain. In addition to our continuing chaplains, today we welcome one new prayer chaplain, Ellen Kajikawa, and one returning prayer chaplain, Josie Godfrey. Would you please come up and join us? All right. And I think they deserve a prayer shawl, don't you?
Yes.
So, your prayer chaplains have made the following commitment: to demonstrate their commitment to unity principles, hold spiritual space, lovingly listen, hold sacred the confidences shared with them, pray out loud with others, reach out to our members by making monthly wellness calls, and visiting the sick, taking prayer requests every week, and attending our monthly prayer chaplain training meetings. I want to make sure that all of you know that you may request a monthly wellness call from a prayer chaplain if you're not already on our wellness calling list. Just contact the office and a chaplain will call you once a month to pray with you. All our prayer chaplains have made the commitment to stay prayed up and to support and hold our community in prayer and to affirm the highest and best for all. We thank you for your willingness to hold the high watch. Please join me in blessing our chaplains with our unity blessing. We love you. We bless you. We truly appreciate you.
And we behold the Christ in you.
All right. Reverend Gordon, you have something you would like to?
Yes, first of all, I'd like to invite you all to come center stage.
Okay.
Because this is your moment. You should be center stage because you hold, and you can get up on the platform. More center stage. This is center stage. Okay, prayer chaplains, I'm going to ask you some questions, and the answer hopefully is, I do. You're not getting married, don't worry. Chaplains, do you promise to be available to support this congregation on their spiritual journey? Do you promise to create and hold sacred space within this community? Do you promise to lovingly listen and hold what is heard in strictest confidence? Do you promise to pray with the people of Unity Spiritual Center? I do. And I want to thank you all for answering the call to be a prayer chaplain. And now I would like to anoint you in your journey. I am anointing you with frankincense. Don't look so worried. Frankincense represents the sweetness of spirit. It represents the willingness to be of service to this community and to the world, for truly every prayer that is spoken in this room, in this community, even if it's over the phone or by email, is a prayer for the entire world. So, Martine, I anoint you in the spirit of love and service. Carol, I anoint you and bless you and thank you for all the And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome our 2024-2025 prayer chaplain team.
And we have a song. Let's
that's right.
all sing, Here I Am, Lord. Which is the chaplain theme song. I, the Lord of land and sea, I will let my people be free to join in harmony their words to men. I who made the stars so bright, guide my people through the night, and to share my light with them, whom shall I send? Here I am, Lord, it is I, Lord, I have heard you calling in the night. I will go, Lord, where you lead me. I will hold your people in my heart. I'm the Lord of sky above. I will send my peace and love as my people learn to see the Christ in all. And my people hear my call, and my peace will live in all who will share my love with them. Whom shall I send? Here I am, Lord, it is I, Lord, I have heard you calling in the night. I will go, Lord, where you lead me. I will hold your people in my heart. Last line, one more time. I will hold your people in my Thank you, chaplains. And I suggest you sit down because here comes the kids.
Go on the middle aisle if you have a job.
Yes, here we go. You walking in the light of God. 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 You walking, 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 walking in the light of God. You walking, 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 walking in the light of
Thank you so much. So that Arch of Honor was for you guys, you teens and you kids flying up today. You guys are completing a school year, and some of you guys are going into high school, which is a big deal. I think Barb wanted to say something for you guys.
So we have 4.5, because we're honoring Rose this year too. So we have basically 5 teenagers that are moving up into high school, and we're just really thrilled that they're officially part of YOU now, and almost all of them are going to go to their first rally next month, so we're really, really excited. Yay. So, and then we're also honoring Kelsey, who's graduating high school and graduating YOU too. So, yeah, Kelsey grew up coming to our Unity, so that's pretty special. So we just want to do a special blessing for our graduates. So if you guys can stand up, please. Yes?
Stage.
Okay, sure. Can you guys all get together in the middle? Do you want down the stage or right in the middle? Right in the middle. Okay, yeah, just close together. Okay, perfect. Okay. This is center stage. Yeah, are you in there? Okay, so we're going to say, our graduates, we love you, we bless you, and we truly appreciate you, and we behold the Christ you are. Thank you, guys. Love you. We really, really love you. Mwah. Teach them that.
Awesome. Oh, yes, we have, people are a bit shy, so they appreciate the love from a distance. But thank you so much for the beautiful archway of honor, somebody called it. It was really beautiful. And we're so proud of you guys and excited for this new year. All right. Does anyone want to say anything for the teens before we go on to the kids? You don't have to if you don't want to.
So today we honored me, Alex, Saya, Jonathan, and Rose and Kelsey. Us four, the first four I listed, we're going to high school, Kelsey's graduating, and we're honoring Rose a year late.
Thank you, Alex. All right, and we have some kids that are excited to share as well.
So later we got some bubbles and we got to touch them and they barely even pop. And we have a plane. We have this plane. We all made a plane. It's a very nice plane. And speaking of the bubbles,
Anybody else want to share? The kids have a special gift for you guys teens. Oh. Oh. They really don't pop. All right, anybody else want to share? I don't think so. Could you please join me in blessing these beautiful children and graduates?
Love you.
Thank you.
And now let's stand and do our prayer for protection, and then we'll sing our peace song. You kids ready? Oh, we got bubbles. I love them. Everywhere. Oh, yeah, they do. They are cool bubbles. They don't pop. Okay, guys, ready? The love of God surrounds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is. And all is swoovy.